My name is Deanna Kosaraju, and I'm the founder of Global Tech Women. And today I am proud and excited to be here with you at the launch of Global Tech Women and featuring our brand new webinar series, Women Talk Tech. So I'm going to go ahead and take over the PowerPoint presentation at this point. So I'd like to go over briefly the agenda for today. We will begin with a Global Tech Women overview, a brand new organization on a mission, and I am really excited to talk to you about what our plans are. We'll talk briefly about the Women Talk Tech webinar series that you're experiencing now and what the future holds with it. We're here to announce a brand new conference, a global conference for technical women called Voices. I will be briefly talking about a Global Tech Women platform that we're building and what that means to global tech women or for technical women around the world. Ask how you can get involved, and at the end we'll have Q&A. If anyone online wants to ask a question, we'll save that for the end. So with that, we'll move on to the Global Tech Women overview. So for the last 6 years, I've worked with thousands of technical women from around the world. I've run conferences all over the United States where women from 30 countries participate. I've also set up conferences in India and participated in events in Abu Dhabi and Singapore, all over the world. And technical women are amazing, and they're scattered in every corner of the globe. And after working on conferences for the last 6 years, I've come to a few realizations about technical women and how I can best serve them and how we can create an organization that will best serve them. And so that is our mission. It's to create a global network of inspired, connected, and self-actualized technical women. And so in the next few slides, I will go into what does that mean and how does that apply to you. So there's 3 words that I want you to remember about Global Tech Women. This is going to be a place for you to get information, consistent information. It's going to provide consistent support on a regular basis when you need it. And it's going to provide you connection to technical women from around the world. So, you know, I've gone to a lot of workshops and a lot of self-help books, read a lot of self-help books, and when I see a diagram like this, I usually end up running for the hills because I know that my life is so out of balance as a former technical woman and someone who is really out to change the world like most of you are. But, you know, we understand that technical women are more than just great technologists, that they have complicated lives. You know, they have outside interests outside of technology, and oftentimes they combine those outside interests with technology. They're often, you know, married or in a relationship. You know, they have family, children, all types of things that are part of their lives that are often not discussed in lots of organizations. I belong to many of these global organizations, organizations focused on open source, organizations focused on being an entrepreneur and running a startup, all really great and purposeful places for you to get information and to connect. But they don't seem to address the whole technical woman. And so Global Tech Women is really about looking at a woman holistically, but also understanding that, you know, she's not going to be all of these things at any given time, which is why it's really important for us to provide information when a woman wants it and how she wants it. And I'll talk about that here in the next slide. So I don't know if you've ever seen a slide like this before. This is something that I often see in workshops, you know, where they address the issue of information and where a woman is in her career. So at the top of this rainbow life role diagram, it shows the age of a woman from age 5 through, hopefully we all make it to the age of 90, and her various roles in life and how the priority of these roles happens during certain periods of her life. And the reason I put this slide in is because I want you to recognize and I want us to be committed to the fact that we're not all things at all times. So for example, you know, when I'm in my early 20s, I'm really not wanting to see content on being a parent when I'm older, when I'm 55 or 60, I'm really not interested in, finding my first internship, which at some point was very, very important to me, but isn't any longer. So I want to make a point here that, technical women are very busy. They often just want the information that they need when they need it. And so Global Tech Women is committed to figuring out a way to do that. And we'll talk about that briefly in a little bit. I also want to make a point that women are all over the world. When I often meet with organizations, with women's groups, they'll say to me, what do you have going on in Oklahoma City, or what do you have in Kuala Lumpur, or what do you have in Nigeria? And 90% of the time I would have to say, I'm sorry, I don't have anything, unless you want to participate in a conference, unless you want to join an online forum, there really isn't, much that I have for you. And often they would walk away feeling disappointed that I wasn't able to help them. So Global Tech Women is committed to creating small communities of technical women in their region, as well as connecting them to the larger global picture. Because what I found over the years is that women's challenges as technical women can often be, let me rephrase that, solutions can often be found on the other side of the globe. So for example, when I was setting up a conference in Bangalore, India, I heard a number of women talking about how they were able to get more buy-in from family at home into their career. And a lot of the ideas they gave me, I brought back with me here to the United States, and suggested these ideas to women here in the United States, and they had never heard them before. So this is a great way and a great opportunity for technical women, no matter where they are, to share information, but also connect locally. So again, Global Tech Women is about information, the right information, consistent support, and connection, no matter what you're doing, what your current goals and objectives are, where you are in your career, and where you live. And the way we're going to do that is through 3 different delivery mechanisms, which I talked about briefly when we first started. The first one is the Women Talk Tech webinar series, which we're doing now and we're really excited about. The second way is through this Global Tech Women Voices Conference, which I will talk about, and then finally the Global Tech Women Platform. So let's talk about this webinar series, Women Talk Tech. As you can see, here are a couple of women who are on the schedule to speak during this webinar series. It will be held twice a month. It will feature technical women from around the world talking about what they do best, doing great technology, cutting edge technology, but also talking about personal and professional challenges that they've had in their career, which is something very different than what you currently see today. So as far as I know, this is the only regular webinar series for technical women. It will be offered for free. There will be some points in time where we'll have to charge a small fee to get certain speakers in, but we're going to keep it very low cost. We're going to record these sessions so that you can access them at any time, or share them with your friends, or share them with the women's groups that you belong to, in the hopes of creating dialogue and providing content on things that are meaningful to you. So as you can see, we have this really cool tool called the Provoke Live Network, and it has been in development with a good friend of mine. Her name is Linda Bernardi, and you'll have a chance to meet her in a few weeks. And Todd here, our executive producer, an amazing gentleman who's making me look really good. And so we're going to do a little bit of a demo here about Provoke Live Network. I just want to show you a couple things, and Todd and I have been playing with, and I just want to make sure that I can show you some of these features. Obviously, you can see the video feature here. There's also the ability to do animation, and in fact, one of the first conversations that I had with Linda and Todd, they brought in an animator, and she was actually drawing as I was speaking. She was drawing the conversation that we were having, and it was fascinating to me. You have the ability to do you can do whiteboards, so I can sit here and I can, make a circle around something maybe that I want to show. I can put bullet points. It also has whiteboarding capability, so if you're doing a technical conversation and you want to draw something out for people to see, it has the ability to do that. So Todd has a great video kind of giving an overview of the Provoke Live Network, and I'll send it over to you, Todd, so that you can show it. Okay, wow, that was fabulous. I have written it down here on my list. Do great video on global tech women as my next agenda item, something I need to get working on right away. Thank you so much. As you can see, the Provoke Live Network is very powerful and has the capability of really giving your audience an idea of what you're working on, and provides you an array of different ways that you can communicate your ideas to people around the world. So now I'm very pleased to show you and announce a conference that I have been working on the last few months and I've ever attended before, and I'll explain the reason why. This conference will be held on International Women's Day, which is March the 8th, 2013, and Global Tech Women will present Voices. And this is the first truly international conference for technical women of all ages. And technical women's voices are often missing in the development of technology. And we don't just want your presence, but we want your voice. We want you to actively engage and participate in this event, not only as an attendee, but as a speaker, as someone with ideas that should be heard around the world. And so I've shown you some photos here of how exactly this will work. So it will follow the sun in a 24-hour period. It will start with these women here up here on the top left-hand corner from Australia. They'll be doing a presentation maybe at Google. We're certainly talking to them about it. We hope that they agree to stream some of their events on International Women's Day. And then a short time later, a group from Beijing, China, will be presenting their ideas on International Women's Day, presenting technology. And then finally, a few hours later, women in India, and then women in the United Arab Emirates, women in Nigeria, women in the UK, women in Brazil. So you get the picture. Over a 24-hour period, you're going to be hearing from nearly every corner of the globe, from technical women all around the world who have things to say, who are working on incredible research, incredible technology, and want to talk about what it's like to be a technical woman on this globe. And it's an exciting time to be a technical woman. And the fact that we have this type of technology that can bring us together is going to make this event very special. So again, to kind of reiterate, this is going to be over a 24-hour period. You'll be able to log into the Global Tech Women site as organizations and events come on board. So you'll be able to see if there's an event that's going on in a neighborhood near you. You can go over and register and participate physically in person, or if there isn't anything near you, you can log in online. You can log in with a women's group by yourself or in groups. And you'll have access to events all over the world. And these events will be recorded, so if you miss some of the fun or you want to look at something again, you can always access it at a later point. So at this point, I'm going to show just a quick 90-second video of a potential video or potential presentation that people might want to consider as part of the conference. So Todd, if you can go ahead and run the video. Thank you.
I thought this class was probably for boys, so I thought geeks only use computers, so it was kind of judgmental at first, but then I really got to see the neat things about it.
I really think that Global Warrior is helping us kind of, I guess, understand more about what gaming actually is and like all the things that's behind it and all the things that we could do.
In Global Warrior class, the girls know more about the video games than the boys do, because the boys, they just want to play the game, and the girls actually want to make the game. A lot of girls are really into it. Like, all that they want to do is just more make things in Flash and actually make the game more.
Kind of
it's not like boys get to do this, or girls get to do this. Whoever puts their mind to it, their heart to it, and their time, they can do anything.
I actually think that Global Warrior is...
the video is playing. Are you not seeing it?
The girls have an opportunity to have like a career in making video games.
I think that Global Warrior is really helping the girls kind of, I guess, open doors to them. Like, it's helping them see what all the possibilities that are out there that, you know, we could definitely get.
Okay, well, as with any live event, things happen and we'll just move on. But what it was showing was a wonderful event that happened in Texas called Global Aria, and they work with young elementary school and middle school girls on gaming. So, you know, there's a possible idea for a contribution to the conference Voices, showing the young women as they're learning gaming and how they realize that gaming isn't just for boys, and that girls have a role in developing games and playing and using them. So I hope that you'll all think about ways that you want to contribute to this conference. So here's some ways. You know, obviously we're talking to organizations, multinational organizations who typically hold International Women's Day events. We're trying to encourage them to stream their events as part of this event. We're hoping they will do that. If you're in a women's organization, colleges and universities who are want to contribute to this, and you know, perhaps collaborate with other neighboring universities on great work that you're doing, great idea. Individuals or groups presenting their research. I've often talked to women in various parts of the world who don't have the ability to present their research at technical conferences. So here's a great opportunity for you to practice and to get the word out about what you're working on. And also entrepreneurs showcasing their technology, and students. You could present a technical poster, you can present anything that you're working on or is of interest to technical women. So this will give you an idea of what you'll see as if you log into the Voices conference on International Women's Day. This is a few screenshots of the virtual conference center. It looks just like a convention center or a large conference center that you might attend in the physical sense. But as you can see, there's the opportunity here to participate in a global career fair where you can video chat with recruiters from organizations all over the world. You can go visit exhibits and look at, what products and services are available by some of our sponsoring organizations, as well as there will be a meetups and events. So we're planning to have lounges. If you want to, we can create a lounge for various places in the world. So you can meet up with all of your friends in a particular region and connect. So we're really looking forward to having all of these wonderful features during our event. And then lastly, I want to talk just briefly about something we're working on in speaking to technical women about how we could best serve them. A couple of things came up. One is they're incredibly busy, and they only want content delivered to them that is relevant to them. Like I mentioned earlier on, if I'm logging into Global Tech Women and I'm a 50-year-old woman, which I am, and I don't want to see something on internships, and I don't want to see anything on, having a baby. And so, I only want content that's delivered to me that's really relevant to who I am and what I'm about. So we're creating a platform, and the platform's being written in open source. It's being designed and developed by technical women around the world, and we will be developing this platform so that it has the ability for you to create a profile about yourself and who you are, and that Global Tech Woman will only present to you content that's meaningful and helpful to you. The second part of this platform is that it is goal-oriented. So let's say, for example, you know who I am. I'm here in the Bay Area. Maybe I want to learn mobile app development, and I want to learn HTML5, and I set some goals for myself on, these are some, and I want to learn how to run marathons because goodness knows I should be running. So, let's say I set these goals for myself, then what the Global Tech Women platform will do is it will connect me to women in my area who are doing mobile app development or maybe want to learn it as well. We get together, we talk about it. It will show me potential online classes that I might want to take. Maybe a friend of mine over at the University of Portland's offering an online class in HTML5. I can sign up for that online through the Global Tech Women website, as well as maybe there's a marathon, technical women marathon group in the Bay Area, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was one that would help kind of coach me on how to get started. We're also looking at adding a mentor program as well, so that if you're looking to get a mentor, if you're looking for help in a particular area, you would have access to coaching and to mentors. So that's kind of the platform. We're working on it now. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you and something that you might want to be part of, connect with us, and we would love to have you be a part of it. And so with that, it's leading into my how can you get involved slide. So there's three ways that I've listed here as potential ways to get involved. I'm sure there's many others that I haven't thought of. So if you have an interesting story, if you have an interesting experience that you think would be helpful for Global Tech Women, please contact us and let's talk, and let's get you involved in the various facets of Global Tech Women that we're trying to accomplish. So we certainly need help recruiting speakers for the Women Talk Tech series. Locating content speakers, authors, people of interest for technical women who might want to see on a various topic. Putting the talk together and help managing those programs. Voices, we need all kinds of help with voices, and we need, we're recruiting country chairs now. We're forming committees in every region to go ahead and scout out potential events that are happening in their region. And if there isn't anything going on, we're working with colleges and universities and women's groups on creating them. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, let us know. And we also want to get the word out about the fact that we want everyone's voice involved. So no matter where you are in your career, we want you to be part of this event. And then lastly, as I just mentioned, the platform that we're developing. If you have background in architecture or in open source, or you want to learn, please give us a call or contact us. All of my information is on the website. You can reach out to us, and we'll get you involved in the project. So that, I believe, is it. I would like to open the floor for questions. As Todd mentioned at the beginning, to participate in the Q&A, you need to exit the full screen. So if you would click that full screen button, I think you can hit the escape key, and then you can go ahead and ask your questions at the chat window below. I see someone typing. So people are commenting that they think that these are great ideas and that they're looking forward to participating in this. And so that's wonderful. And if you don't have a question at this point, certainly you can drop me an email, and we can certainly talk about anything that you're interested in pursuing. So if there isn't any other questions, I just see a bunch of very wonderful, supportive notes. Thank you very much. And okay, Todd, we'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, we're back. Thank you, everybody. That concludes the Provoke Live Online session. Again, we'll provide a recording through Deanna that'll be available. And I guess that's it. Great job, Deanna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Todd, for your amazing support, and what a wonderful platform that you have here. And I am looking forward to working with you, and I encourage anyone who sees this platform to find out more information. I will be having more information on my website about the Provoke Live Network and how you can get in touch with them, I believe, in the next week, so stay tuned.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll conclude the session.